I don't know many teachers that enjoy the task of record keeping. In fact, many of us artfully avoid having to do it until it piles up and we need to spend an entire weekend on it, which is really unpleasant. So I have a couple of recommendations for you that might help alleviate a little bit of that stress. The first one is schedule a time to do your record keeping and stick to it. For me, it was Friday after the children left the classroom. I could plug in all of the lessons I presented into the cumulative charting that I had for each child, update what they had mastered or what they were still working on, and then I could plug a couple lessons back into my weekly lesson plan, and I was good to go. It did not take much time at all, and I really enjoyed having that little bit of a system support. It made life a bit easier in the classroom. The next tip is prepare your documents ahead of time. Your school will provide you with, let's say, a class list and your attendance, but there are documents that you're going to have to generate, like sandpaper letter record cards. These are little cards that you're going to track what sandpaper letters each child is working on. You have to make those yourself. Your lesson plans, you might get a template from the school, but most of us like to create our own. So for your lesson plans, you're going into your albums and you're looking at those additional presentations and variations that you can be offering to the child. Then we have cumulative charting. Your cumulative charting is the list of every single lesson in the classroom for every single child over the span of 3 years. You're going to have to create this. You're going to have to keep it updated. Just to be mindful that you don't fall into the habit of ticking off the boxes. That means just going down your list and checking off what lesson comes next, and that's what the child's going to get. We're watching development. We're watching for interests. That's what we need to be giving the child. So lessons sometimes don't go sequentially in the environment, and that's just fine. It's not realistic to think that every child is going to get every single lesson that's on those shelves. Now, there are digital versions of weekly lesson planning and cumulative charting that's out there. I've heard they're great. I don't have a lot of experience with them, and if you're lucky, your school may have a subscription so you get to use that during the school year. The last are progress reports. Now, we never want to leave progress reports to the last minute because then we look totally unprepared and unprofessional. But don't do your progress reports too far ahead of time. These children that we're with change very rapidly. So if we make progress reports 3 weeks ahead of conferences, chances are that child's going to be doing something totally different by the time you get to conference time. So make sure you're budgeting the right amount of time to get these documents ready for conferences so it's not too far in advance. Also, include little anecdotal notes if you can about the child, maybe something that they said or something that they did that was really cool. Parents love this. It means that you're connecting with the child and that you're understanding their child and enjoying them. It really helps build that great teacher-parent relationship that is helpful for us. These are just a few recommendations for your record keeping. If it's one I can emphasize more than any, it's scheduling a time to do it so it doesn't build up. It'll help keep your life a little less stressful.